Hello everyone! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening wherever you are in God's green earth. Ayan, at maraming po salamat sa inyong panonood po dito sa ating YouTube channel na Coach Jared Live. Oo. Although hindi ito live. This is a recorded video. Oo. Pero maraming po salamat pa rin sa inyong patuloy po na pagsuporta. Please don't forget to subscribe dito po sa ating Coach Jared Live YouTube channel. And pa-follow po tayo sa ating Facebook page, Tambayan ng mga Cocheros and Pinasabat Facebook page. Paki-follow po yan, may mga gagawin po tayo doon very very soon. And paki-subscribe na rin po yung ating second channel, yung Pinasabat, kung saan mapapanood nyo ang replay ng ating radio show na ine-ere naman ng live sa Radyo Pilipinas every Saturday, 8:30 p.m. sa Radyo Pilipinas, Radyo Publico, 738 sa AM band. Channel 3 sa TV Plus, sa Channel 45 to 49 naman sa GMA For The Box. And of course, mapapanood nyo rin ng live sa Facebook and YouTube pages ng Radyo Pilipinas. Ayan. Okay. So mga kabayan, no, ito po, meron lang tayong update. Meron lang tayong nakakagulat na update, mga kababayan. Dito po sa issue ng flood control scam, 'di ba? Alam naman natin na napakaraming investigasyon na nagaganap, 'di ba? Napakarami ng investigasyon ang ginagawa, napakarami ng investigasyon ang tumatakbo. Pero marami pa rin feeling nila nababagalan sila. Nababagalan daw sila kasi wala pa raw napapakulong, wala pa raw naaaresto, etc., masyado nagmamadali. Pero again, mga kababayan, ang goal ho dito ay hindi paunahan ng hablahan. O hindi ho. Hindi ho unahan ng hablahan ang pinag-uusapan dito. Pinag-uusapan ho dito, mga kababayan, ay patibayan ng kaso. Oo. At mukhang malapit na ho tayo doon, no? Mukhang malapit na ho tayo sa realisasyon o sa punto na ang meron ng makakasuhan ng pinakamalalakas na kaso. Bakit? Kasi mga kababayan, nagkwento po ang isang representante ng DOJ or Department of Justice na ang mga whistleblowers daw dito sa flood control probe o sa flood control investigation ay unti-unti nang nagbibigay ng kanilang buong testimonya. Ayun. Yun yung malala doon, guys, eh. Oo, 'di ba yung naalala nyo before, isa sa mga naging problema sa mga diskaya nung nakaraan, hindi nila kinukuwento yung kabuuan ng kanilang yung kabuuan ng kanilang mga transaksyon at kahit ano pa. 'Di ba nililimitahan nila doon sa ano lamang, sa parte lamang ng 2022 hanggang 2025. Actually, hindi pa nga 2022 eh. Yung last half ng 2022 kung saan si PBBM naging presidente. Ay nilang pag-usapan yung panahon na nung sila ay nag-umpisang yumaman, which is 2016. Pero that is not the case sa mga ibang witnesses. Hindi ho ganun ang sistema sa mga ibang witnesses. Apparently, sa mga iba pong whistleblowers, sila po ay nagkukwento ng, ngayon, sila ay nagkukwento ng walang tinatago. Buti na lang. Wala na silang tinatago, mga kababayan, o tell-all na ang ginagawa ng mga ibang whistleblowers, mga kababayan. Ito ang balita tungkol dyan. Whistleblowers to give full testimonies in flood control probe. Yan po ang sinabi ng Department of Justice. Sabi, the DOJ said Friday that whistleblowers in the flood control investigation are now providing full accounts of alleged kickback schemes against officials of DPWH and, take note, some lawmakers. Ito na, mga kababayan. Mukhang makakakita na naman tayo ng mga senador at congressmen na makukulong, mga kababayan. Buo na yung kwento, no? Kasi sabi, Justice Undersecretary Jesse Andres said contractors and former engineers under the Witness Protection Program have begun giving complete testimonies after previously offering only partial statements. He said the new accounts could implicate politicians once evidence meets the legal threshold for prosecution. Ayan. Mukhang magandang balita ho ito para sa sambayan ng Pilipino. Malapit-lapit na ho tayo ng kaunti na makuha ang hustisya para sa ating bansa, mga kababayan. Dahil dito sa flood control scam na ito. Panoorin natin yung kwento ni Yusek Andres. Ito ho yun, mga kababayan. Ito po yung kabuuan ng kanyang interview.
The present legal framework and the existing laws, together with the working institutions, are very much capable of exacting accountability on all levels. That is the first statement I wanted to make, that this government is fully capable of ensuring accountability in these anomalous flood control projects. Okay. Why do I say that? We have started the investigation in this manner. First, we have conducted an in-depth interview with the DPWH officials, central office, on all the aspects of operations of the DPWH, from planning, procurement, finance, payment, and even information management. So we identified the workflow process and the document approval process. So any deviation from this legally approved work process and document approval process is an offense.
Okay.
Because exactly the checks and balances are put in those rules to ensure proper implementation of a project. So now we all have the affidavits showing the proper process. Now we investigated particular contract ID numbers, meaning particular projects that are funded and are given budget for implementation. So these projects were bidded out in a manner that is supposed to be transparent and fair, but on that process, there are already violations. So after the award, the implementation,
Grabe, lala, no? Sa umpisa pa lang, sa bidding pa lang talaga may violations eh. Oo nakukumpirma na yung nakukumpirma na yung kung paano, yung sistema ba na kung paano sila nagnanakaw, no? So, kung paano sila kumikickback pala sa pera ng sa mga gastos tungkol dyan sa flood control na yan. So nauuna nga yung sa bidding. Yan, alam naman natin yan, mga kababayan. Nandiyan talaga yan. Di ba, meron pang kwento na binabayaran pati mga losing bidders para manahimik na lang, di ba? Sasabihin ng ahensya, may pinili na kami pero para walang maingay, eto, bibigyan ko kayong 300,000, 300,000. O yan. Pero meron na silang ipinanalo na siya yung magiging tulay ng kickback. Ganyan yung nangyari sa mga diskaya. Sila yung naging tulay ng kickback. Tuloy natin.
there were also violations noted in the implementation, evaluation, and eventual payment. And as everyone knows, there were many payments made based on SWA or Statement of Work Accomplishment and Certificate of Completed Projects when there were no actual structures erected. So that is what we refer to as ghost projects. Okay. So presently, we have a stream of regular cases that are now ready for case build-up and or preliminary investigation. So on Monday, November 10, the first schedule of preliminary investigation for the flood control projects is set, and they will be confronted with all the evidence gathered by the task force, and they will have their opportunity to explain their side. But mind you, at this point in time, when we are ready to conduct the preliminary investigation, to our minds, the evidence to support the offenses charged are already complete in our possession. So it's up to them to refute these documents and to put up their defenses. But to our mind, because it has reached the stage of preliminary investigation, we are quite confident that this is already right as a strong case that can be and should be filed in court. Okay. So before this matter is
confident na sila DOJ Mukhang sureball na tatamaan na sila Cheese Escudero, tsaka si Joey Villanueva, tsaka si Jinggoy Estrada. Confident si DOJ guys eh. Mm. 'Di ba? Eh, sinabi, sure na raw sila eh. Kasi may mga ebidensya na raw sila eh. Tapos, so parang corroborative na lang yung yung testimonya ng mga whistleblowers. Parang gano'n eh. So, ibig sabihin may documentary evidence na sila. Kailangan ibangga na lang dun sa kwento ng mga state ng mga tawag dito, whistleblowers. Oo. Sureball na yata 'to si DOJ. Mukhang malapit-lapit na talaga maghabla.
An investigation for the flood control projects is set, and they will be confronted with all the evidence gathered by the task force, and they will have their opportunity to explain their side. But mind you, at this point in time, when we are ready to conduct the preliminary investigation, to our minds, the evidence to support the offenses charged are already complete in our possession. So it's up to them to refute these documents and to put up their defenses. But to our mind, because it has reached the stage of preliminary investigation, we are quite confident that this is already ripe as a strong case that can be and should be filed in court. Okay. So before this matter is referred to for preliminary investigation, both the DOJ and the Ombudsman conducts fact-finding. In the DOJ parlance, we call it case build-up.
Case build-up.
Okay. Aside from the 5 cases that are ready for preliminary investigation, there is a next batch of 6 cases
Yun.
ready for case build-up and eventual filing as preliminary investigation by middle or late next week. Okay. This will involve higher officials.
Yun.
The first batch involves only DPWH officials, district engineer down, assistant district engineer, the project manager, the engineers, even the back members, and the contractors will be part of the respondents. Okay, but now in this second batch, additional 6 cases, there will be higher officials other than the DPWH district engineer. For the next batch, there will be proponents or politicians involved in downloading
Patay.
and who availed of the kickback. So you can expect
Yun.
a congressman, past or present, to be involved in the next batch of cases, senators,
Yun.
whether past or present senators, and other proponents who were involved. So the process is very systematic and we're very circumspect because we do not want to charge a person unduly, even
Yun. Patay. So yung naunang batch daw, yung batch daw na unang pinroseso, mga low level. So mga district engineer, assistant district engineer, pababa. Mm. Pero next week next week kasi Friday na eh. Before daw the end of next week, meron daw mga 6 pa yung bagong papasok na kaso. 6 mga kababayan ang bagong papasok. At itong 6 na to mga kababayan ay patungkol sa mga congressmen at senador. Ayan. Ito daw mga ito ay mga direktang nagbenepisyo, direct beneficiaries ng flood control scam. Tumanggap ng pera. Pero 6. So, sino kaya? So, si Jinggoy Estrada, yung mga napangalanan na. Jinggoy Estrada, Joel Villanueva, Cheese Escudero, possibly Senator Bongo, possibly. Of course, meron pa mga kongresista, dyan si Zaldico. Kung totoo ang sinasabi ni Boying Remulla, Secretary Boying Remulla, pero hindi, ombudsman yun eh. Baka iba yun. So, may kulang pa ako isa. Hindi, what's her name? Mitch Kahayon Uy. Congresswoman yun eh. So, 6 agad, patay. Tapos ang boxing. Although we're only speculating kasi wala naman sinabing pangalan si Attorney Andres ng DOJ. Pero probably, oo. Most probably isa dun medyo tama ako sa majority nung mga pangalang binanggit ko. So, Jinggoy Estrada, Cheese Escudero, Joel Villanueva, Mitch Cahayon Uy, Saldico, yun, sure. Oo, yung kay Bongo hindi pa ako masyadong sure diyan kasi parang hindi pa ako maabot sa level ng Super Health Centers yung investigation. Pero pag umabot yun dun, di tapos na rin ang boxing pagdating. Tuloy natin.
At the stage of preliminary investigation when we do not have sufficient evidence because it violates their constitutional right to presumption of innocence. That is why we are asking for patience because we are balancing the power of government so that it will not be oppressive to the respondents and at the same time the need to get justice because justice can only be based on evidence that is available, admissible and credible for the court's purposes. So right now we are leading to that stage because not only do we have evidence coming from those involved in the DPWH but also the major whistleblowers who know the kickback scheme and who have now given statements to implicate the proponents, not only the DPWH officials, not only the contractors, but even the proponents who are possibly past and or present politicians. So that is the manner by which we are doing this. And before we actually conduct the PI, we are already collating the evidence that is also available before the ICI. So there is no duplication of our work.
Okay.
The ICI is present during the task force meeting, and we give them the contract ID numbers of each particular project that we're investigating. And now they have a chance to put in the information and evidence they have gathered on their own proceedings. So this is now compiled together and formulated as one complaint when it is ready for preliminary investigation. So we are very confident that the process is being followed, cognizant of the constitutional rights of the respondent, and yet ensuring accountability at all levels. We will not spare anyone of any criminal charges, but it has to be based on the evidence that we have gathered. And I'm very happy that, as I explained previously, the whistleblowers, and I'm referring to Henry Alcantara, Bryce Hernandez, JP Mendoza, RJ Dumasig, Asali Santos, and other contractors who have approached the WPP Witness Protection Program for assistance are now telling all. Previously, the first interview, they give a few anecdotes, narratives. The second interview, they give a little more. But now, I'm very happy to say that they are telling everything.
Yun.
So at this point in time, we believe that there is now sufficient evidence to implicate even politicians. And we are willing to do it, not because we want this as a weapon or anything, but it is a job we have to do.
Yun, no? Narinig yan, mga kababayan. Sabi nila, ano sabi ni Yusek to before si Yusek Andres. Hindi ko lang alam kung Yusek pa rin siya ngayon. Parang hindi na. Yusek pa rin, okay. Etong si Yusek Andres, kakasabi lang niya kanina na kumpleto na sila ng ebidensya. At pwede na talaga lang i-implicate sa krimen ng flood control ang mga senador. Patay tayo dyan. Patay sila pala, di tayo. Patay sila. Kasi sila yung kakasuhan, di naman tayo. Good luck na lang kay La Cheese Escudero, di ba? Good luck kay Joel Villanueva, kay Jinggoy, di ba? Kay Bongo. Good luck. Tapos mali natin, baka may surprise pa, pati sa Alan Peter Cayetano kasama. Di ba? Kasi naipagtrabaho din sa mga diskaya yan sa Alan Peter Cayetano. So, mali ba natin kung humari ng kickback din yan si Alan Peter Cayetano? Anyway, tuloy natin.
it is something that is incumbent upon us to pursue criminal cases against those involved. So that is forthcoming, and the people should be assured that the legal framework, the existing laws, and the functioning institutions are sufficient to ensure accountability.
Sir, just to clarify, when you say whistleblowers, does that mean na sila na po yung magiging mapapailalan sa witness protection?
Okay. I will be very candid and transparent. We explained this to the whistleblowers. There are two types. State witness that will get a blanket immunity for all cases, and a state witness that will be given particular immunity when their specific testimony is used for the prosecution of a particular case. We are not giving any blanket immunity to any of the whistleblowers, and they have agreed to that and they understand the situation. But we will give specific immunity for each particular case where their testimony will be used. Their testimony should be absolutely necessary for the prosecution of the case. That is a requirement. That their testimony is also supported and corroborated on its material points by other evidence, and that they are not the most guilty in the scheme of the crime. So when they qualify, they will be given particular immunity for that case where their testimony will be offered.
Yun. So, this is a very, very good development. Napakagandang development po ito para sa atin at lalo-lalo na para sa nag-iimbestiga at nagmo-monitor dito sa development sa flood control scam. So, practically, mga kababayan, ang sinasabi lang naman, ang in-update lang ni Yusek Andres, meron ngang mga whistleblower na nag-tell all na. Probably para nga dun sa pagiging state witness or para magpatuloy sila sa makakuha sila ng mga iba't ibang plea bargain agreements. Diskarte na nila yun. Basta ang importante, mga kababayan, merong makulong na politiko. Hindi lang yung makulong Kasi madali kasing mag-appoint o maglagay ng fall guy itong mga politiko na to. Mas importante sa akin yung meron talagang makulong na politiko para merong matuto. Kasi itong mga politiko na to parang nakalimutan na yata nila na dapat ang kinakatakutan nila ay ang galit ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Hindi yung galit ng at hindi na dapat sinusunod yung kanilang mga kasakiman, etc. etc. So, this is really a good development. And I hope na by next week malaman nun natin kung sino yung mga kakasuhan na yan. At kung sino at kung ano yung ite-tell all netong mga whistleblowers na. Para malaman ng taong bayan kung gaano kalalim at gaano kasama ang mga politiko na talagang nakinabang dito sa flood control scam. So mga kababayan, hanggang dito lang po muna tayo sa video na ito. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again in our next live stream. Bye everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Huwag ganun. Huwag natin gawing tanga mga Pilipino. Mas maganda kasi nasa lugar mo ng tama kaysa yung pinipilit mo yung pagkakamali. Are they willing to go that far? Hindi makakalimutan ng Pilipino yan hanggat di nasasagot. Sino ngayon nagsasabi ng totoo?